Я помогаю жене в то же самое время.
Can you close at least, please?
The secret of winning when you have only equal ability is to move around more. Я бы хотел знать, что до этого отец сказал. Может быть, наверное, если, например, for example, in a case when, let's say, God and Satan is in a war, like, let's say in a World War I or World War II, like forces of God and forces of Satan. Let's say Germany and England, and Germany or Soviet Union have same power, equal ability, let's say. For example, it's not equal, but let's put in the perspective like it's equal. Germany is representing Satan. Soviet Union was in the position representing God in that in World War II. So if they have equal ability, they have, let's say, Germany have 1,000 tanks, Soviet Union have 1,000 tanks. German have that many soldiers, maybe 1 million soldiers. Soviet Union 1 million soldiers. Okay, in this case, which side will win? And True Father said, in this case, the side which moves more, it will win. Why? I think True Father here means that True Father in other speeches he said we don't need to stay like stay in water, like become like in Russian is balota. In English is forget how to say. I knew this word, but and becoming this kind of water, like stained water. River is moving water, so that water even you can if you want you can drink, but if you take the water which doesn't move, it becomes stained and it become a bad smell, bad water, and that's why in if God's people are not doing anything, not doing staying like stained water, they will eventually lose. So we need. I think the key meaning of this word is like we need to always like be like water which is moving. So we need to probably not be lazy, probably move around, probably wake up morning doing pundukia and work hard during the every day. Kind of like if we are not working hard, not doing, but also we need to work hard for God's providence, because people on the Satan side, they might work hard also. So we need to be on God's side, and we also need to move, not stay. God, kind of like this, I understand these words. So
your camera is off.
Yeah, okay. Now it's okay?
Mhm.
My camera is okay. Now it should be working. Now I don't see myself, but
Oh, really? Mhm.
do you see me?
Yes.
Oh, I don't see myself. Oh, yeah, I have. My son is helping me.
Mhm.
If you
Okay.
want to add some comment, Igor, you can add also.
Mhm. Mhm. It's good. Okay. Let's go next.
Hey,
Maybe your son say number.
숫자 하나 500, 50까지 100까지 50도 100까지 있어. 말씀해.
네? 50부터 100이요?
네.
말에 한 개?
네.
잠깐만. 예. 803.
50도 100까지 83?
83. 네.
83.
Mhm.
Он долго думал.
Ага,
He thought a long time.
хорошо. Ну, значит, хорошие слова попадутся.
맞죠?
My son will read Korean. Okay, you read Korean.
하늘의 명령,
큰 소리, 큰 소리.
하늘의 명령이 있을 때 이에 불응하면 하늘은 같이 명령을 다시 하지 않으신다.
In English is if you don't comply with a command from God, he will not give you the same command again. From the principle, I remember this principle says that God doesn't choose the same central figure twice if the central figure fail in his or her responsibility. Only one exception was Abraham. God gave the mission for somebody, and if the person doesn't accept the mission, probably God will not give you the same mission again. So in this case, maybe when God is giving you a mission, you need to just accept it. Like God told the father to go to North Korea when True Father was, he had a small child, maybe 1 month old or something, and he go to bring some rice home, and on the way God gave him a revelation to go to North Korea, and he, without saying anything to his wife, to anybody, just left, go to North Korea. So that's one example of this. True Father practiced this. God called him and he directly go. He didn't say, oh, I need to say for my wife, I need to go and to make sure they're okay or something. He just directly go to North Korea. This is something like this. If God will tell me to do something like this, to go to North Korea, probably I would, this will challenge my faith. Maybe I will say, maybe it's not from God. Maybe I will say, oh, I will just start to find because I don't really believe like true Father in God, so I think maybe this is not God, maybe something else coming to me, this kind of command. So I would make this kind of excuse probably. So this is tells me that true Father really know, really believe in God, really. How true Father know that was command from God? How true Father know that that time God, it was God who told him, and why he took it so seriously at that moment? So the difference between true Father and me, I am not that serious like true Father. If God telling me something, I would probably take it more lightly. Maybe I would complain a little bit, I think. To be honest, I will do like this. If God asked me to go to North Korea in this kind of case, I wouldn't. First of all, I don't know, I don't believe God like true Father doing. My faith in God is not that much. I don't have that strong relationship with God as true Father has. So I would probably doubt it is from God or not. Second is I'm not that serious toward like true Father is, because I don't understand God as deep as true Father understands. So I wouldn't be serious to do this. I just try to see how I would react to this kind of command if God give me. So what I understood from this reflection is God and me is very different. True Father and me is very different. I have a true Father is on a much more higher understanding of God and mission and everything than me.
Your Sophie.
Camera is not the same.
I see. That's why. Oh my God! Like you have so.
We have one more person came to this meeting.
Oh, disappear. Oh, again.
You remember what the Joker said for the Batman? Oh, why so serious?
Joker?
You don't complain.
Yeah, the movie Batman. Joker said to, you know, he have a smile like this, and he is like very dark joke. He's saying, why so serious? So I'm saying to you that why so serious? Hello, Ilfat. Oh, we are multiplying, we're becoming bigger.
Yes, hello.
Привет. У Милы микрофон выключен.
Да нет,
Hello,
микрофон
hello everyone.
Вот. Может, Ильфат выберет тогда сейчас?
Но я могу выбрать и потом уже пассив уйти.
Ага.
Прослушивать. А с какого по какое?
Ну, так же, как на этой неделе было. 50
50
по 100.
Ну вот. Давайте 99.
99.
99.
Ну, может быть, это взял. Артур, может, взял.
Мила, прочитаешь на английском? In English.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 99, yeah? You can only cross over the final summit through your conviction and belief that because you won in the past, you can. Давайте еще раз. Let's read one more time. You can only cross over the final summit through your conviction and belief that because you won in the past, you can.
You can win again.
In Russian language is not right. It's different. Looks like different words. На русском это другие слова. Они, перевод совсем... это, наверное, ты неправильно.
No, there is no other words. Only this one.
과거에 더 이겼으니 더 이길 수 있다 하는 확실과 신념만이 제후에 산전을 돌파할 수 있다. Oh, I don't understand very well this Korean. 과거 означает прошлое. I think it's more like English. Korean is more like English, but Russian is different because is Russian saying, чтобы обрести уверенность в себе, нужно иметь свою философию. And English say, you can only cross over the final summit through your conviction and belief. Можешь преодолеть, ну, как бы можешь преодолеть последние препятствия через свою уверенность, через свою неуверенность, а conviction is like решимость.
Нет, conviction это уверенность именно. Решимость это determination.
And yeah, решимость. Conviction is...
Уверенность. Что ты уверен, что получится это.
Уверенность is like English is to believe in oneself. Okay, maybe you are right. But here also next say and believe because you won in the past, you can win again. Потому что ты выиграл в прошлом, тогда ты можешь выиграть и в будущем. Для этого, на русском так. А для этого необходимо знать историю прошлого, настоящего и будущего. Нет, мне кажется, это другие.
Нет, смотри внимательнее. In English, they have like, because you won in the past, you can win again. And in Russian, kind of similar. I read many words. Only this one can match to these words in Russian. That if you know, you cannot just win by yourself. You have to use your past experience. What you have before.
На корейском так. Квагоэ то игёсни, то икисуита. Потому что ты выиграл в прошлом, то можешь еще раз выиграть. Победить. Ты победил в прошлом, то ты можешь еще раз победить. Вторая половина предложения не понимаю.
No, let's just keep English version.
Okay, English version. Okay, who want to?
Can you off your voice, please?
I think everyone have different experience. Even now we have some small events what happen with us. I think especially after blessing or something like that. Many events happened not so long time ago, but some not what we expect maybe happen with us. But we have some past experience with, I mean about relationship with true parents or our belief. It's like our past experience. If we don't have that experience, what we expect, it will break our heart, and we just go somewhere or do whatever we want. But because we have some heart, we can overcome many things, and I think it's make us even stronger, make our conviction more convictional, more stronger.
Я думаю, here we can also the victories that we have in the past, we don't need to forget, because when we based on those victories, we can have a conviction and determination and belief that we can overcome the current challenge. So one thing is we need to have victories, and we don't need to forget them. We need to remember them. If we have many victories in our life of faith, this is building our conviction and our belief. If we in our life of faith, we are failing to overcome challenges, we are not bringing victory, we are not having a lot of victory, so our conviction, our belief is also not strong enough. So it's important to have many victories, and it's important also to remember them, and to in a challenging situation, this will help us to overcome. I think this kind of interpretation can have this word.
Okay, let's go next.
Okay.
Мила, назовешь?
А что-то вы исчезаете, у меня не получается связь хорошая. Давайте номер 98. 98 number.
Yeah. Invest 120% of your energy. Even though you may fail by doing so, it is not failure. Someone who can help you will certainly come forward. Invest 120% of your energy. Even though you may fail by doing so, it is not a failure. Someone who can help you will certainly come forward.
Mean that if you keep going on, yeah, on your mission, on your dream, on your plans, and if you cannot make it, you will always find it will come someone to help you, to support you, because you keep going on, you don't give up, you know, and you will for sure become successful because you didn't give up. Maybe not alone, maybe with some help, but for sure you will be successful. I think so, because in the end, the important thing here is not that you reached successfully your goal, your dream, but the main point is that you didn't give up. You continue to believe and to invest, and you got the victory. Because in the end, is not the most important the victory. The obtained victory, the result, but the way to come to that result, to come to that victory.
Yeah, the process most important than the result.
I remember from one lecture, Reverend Schenker said, there are two ways to mobilize spirit world. There are many ways. There are two most powerful ways. One is love through parents. Love for true parents can mobilize spirit world. Second one is actually more like this word. He said, when you go, invest yourself completely until the end, until you already cannot do anything. In that moment, God will come and help you. God will, the spirit world will be mobilized. So even here says that you invest 120% of your energy. I have actually such experience in my life of faith when I going. I think Igor also have, because everybody who has go to MFT, they experience this in the last moment, some kind of breakthrough, some kind of victory. I have many times this kind of experience in during fundraising time. When in the end, let's say you go whole day, you don't have result, but in the last round, you have a blitz or something, and you fulfill your goal in the last 30 minutes or something. These experiences I have many. So this is kind of like that. And those experiences actually show you that God exists. God is watching you. God is working with you. So building your faith in a sense. It's right, Igor. Yeah, you have these experiences, I think.
I have, yeah.
Luda also have, because Luda also did fundraising.
Miller,
But,
huh? Oh, really? I didn't know that. Well, now I know that she have that. Okay.
Yeah, this is, you cannot say just of doing MFT time or fundraising time. It's also in our daily life at the moment. Yeah, when you have a thing to do, a project to do, no matter it's a small one, it's a family project, it's a job project, it's a community project. When you really invest, you don't give up on it. You find afterwards a lot of guidance, support, and help, which helped you because you believe that you will success. A lot of help come to you that you really succeed, and it's like, wow, a miracle happened. Wow, I didn't know that something like this can happen, but it was everything prepared for you because you didn't give up. Yeah.
yes.
And also sometimes in our daily life, in a minimum of preparing cooking and anything, a simple job, but you see how God there is present with you in small things, because God is also present in small things. Sometimes these small things, not sometimes, in general, the small things create big things. Yeah. I find myself in, let's say, almost daily, when I wish something, I want to do something, I concentrate myself to do, invest myself, believe in this. It's happening miracles in the end of this day or in the end of this project. Very interesting experiences how, I mean, almost daily, how God is with me and he's just listening me. He's like waiting to talk to him and to share, what do I want to do? What do I plan to do? What is my vision? What is my dream? That he wants to help if I keep going on. Yeah. Now maybe because of this time of pandemic and people really cannot go out to do more things. Of course, you can go out for a walk, you can go out for shopping, but you cannot travel so easily. You would take a weekend to go for a short trip to really just see things with different eyes, to look at things with different eyes, to meet different people, to have a different environment, to have a little bit of changes in your daily things, which are already bored a bit. But you cannot, like minimum me, I cannot cross 4 countries borders, like neither Germany, neither France, neither Italy. I'm planning for the second week to go to Italy and I cannot. I want to go for a short weekend because I know this would change myself. And but I know that nevertheless, I have some my projects, yeah, which I keep going on every day. And minimum that, how can I care for my son well? How can I build good relationship? How can I educate him well regarding the divine principle? how can I, like today, he told me, what does mean, which religion we are? And I said, yeah, we are no religion. We just the ones who live with God and love God. We have a family who lives together with God. And he had these questions. And I said, oh, interesting question he has. Mean that I have a chance now to explain and to prove him what kind of family we are. And for him, it's still difficult to understand that we have spiritual body, physical body. Of course, he's quite intelligent guy. But I understand because I pray every day. How can I educate my child? How can I inspire him to have a spiritual life? He's still small, he's 12, but he has many questions regarding this because we talk about. And he asked me about religion. Probably they talk with their friends. And I said, God is not religion. God is love. I love you not because you are, I don't know whom, because you are my child and I just love you. Truly love you because God loves you. And anything like that, very simple things. What does mean God? And I pray every day and I see how God finds ways how to teach me, to lead me, to support me in my projects. Because on this project, I don't give up to educate my child to what does mean to have a spiritual life, what does it mean to have a connection with God, who is God, and why we have a family centered on God, why Femme Federation educate families to live with God, because, and continue. It's like a life project, and God finds ways, discussions, topics, like he came today, we were cooking pilimeni, preparing, and we were talking about what is religion. Good question, yeah? How to explain to a 12 years old guy, which is quite intellectual. And I think when we have a goal, a vision, a dream, and we keep going on, and we have different questions, different obstacles on the way, different challenges on the way, it's not that we are blocked, stop to continue, just we have to pass on or on something to understand more deeper how, or more better, how to obtain that goal. Like for me, it's blessing, and I have to understand how to obtain this goal. It's not just simple thing. And God is sharing every day. How can I fulfill it? Yeah, through my Johnson heart conditions and so on. And this is also my experience, what we read now about 120%. It's not written 100%, as we know, yeah? We have 95% to fulfill, and God, we have 5 and God has 95. Yeah, but this 5 is equal to 100. For us, this 5 is equal to 100 because it's not an easy stuff. But imagine that we have to invest not 100, but 120. This means that we really have to push ourselves, to move ourselves, to invest much more that we learned before, that 5%, that 100%, as we always say. I mean that I really want to fulfill it. I will go till the end to do it, to have it, to obtain it, no matter of good job, or a good family, or a good education for our children, or a good community, healthy community around me, no matter the goal. Important to be, of course, a public goal, a highest goal. And God will for sure support and send the right supporters like you, all of us. I don't know what is Igor's problems or George's problems or Ilfat's problems, but when we share together, we can come closer to each other and to support each other. Maybe it's an invisible support, but it is a support. And maybe just a word which George say or Igor say can change my day, can change my vision regarding my goal, my situation, and so on.
I think we can a little bit clarify what can be 120%, because this is very practical, can be in a life. For example, you have to go to work from 10 to 5, from 10 in the morning until 5 in the evening. This is 100%. So if you want to invest 120%, means you go early to work. You try to go early, and you try to finish last. And you after everybody finish, you still want to clean or something like this. Is kind of doing more than 100% in practically how you can understand this 120%, I think. And in a real life, if anyone have a job, if you have working this way in a company, eventually you will be very quickly rise in the position, because you will be very noticed by the leadership, and you will have a very quickly grow in your career. Also, why we need to invest so much? For example, we investing, Luda said, like investing for this project, because if we believe in God, imagine if you don't believe in God, and you investing, but you don't believe that God will work, and spirit world will mobilize, and you will have victory, and you just investing without belief. Actually, you cannot invest if you don't believe in God. If you don't believe in God, you cannot really invest like seriously, because why we are motivated to work hard? Because we know God exists, and God is looking us and seeing what we're doing, and this is giving a push for everybody who believe in God to work hard. But if you don't believe in God, why would anyone would work hard? Because anything that God doesn't exist doesn't mean anything. So this is one reason why people who believe in God, they can work harder, because they have a reason why to work hard. Okay.
Okay. We just left 13 minutes, maybe one more words. We have time for one more words. Okay, maybe Ariuna can say the number.
Say now from 50 to 100. 77.
Чили. Так.
진이야 여기 안 돼. Joyful in walking. That's right. Okay.
These words are connected with previous words, because if you don't believe in God, why you need to be joyful in working? It's hard to be joyful in working if you don't believe in God. So that's kind of joy is coming from God. These words we many times choose actually.
What to do when you don't feel joyful to do something? Nevertheless, you live your life with God.
Yeah, here's the point. You don't feel joyful, for example, you are down, but you keep going. Why? Because you believe in God. But if you don't believe in God, you are down. That's it, you are dead. It's very hard to move.
No, actually, for example, when I walk here, especially in the ocean, sometimes not easier. Sometimes the same action, No, actually, I for myself find the way. I just learn Korean. I buy the player, put in my ear, and I use the time kind of. But in reality, I think it's a good opportunity to understand the heart of central figure, like Jacob when he worked for Laban for many years. And Laban, he tried to cheat him. I feel, it's a good opportunity to understand God's heart through this. Not only Jacob's heart, but heart of God, because when Jacob invests in his uncle, and eventually uncle gives him another prize, I think it's the same when God invests to people when he creates them, but eventually they cheat them. They go other way. I think our main purpose is to understand God's heart. We cannot understand God's heart just to read the words. We can, as our father say, we can understand God's heart through understanding the way of central figures, like Moses, Jesus. In order to understand Jesus' heart, you need to understand Moses' heart and other before hearts. The same way, when we do the job, I feel we feel joy when we can pass through experience of central figure before, which lived before us. It can bring the very deep joy, actually. Something happened. Oh, I get it. What the Jacob feel when the Laban cheat him.
I remember when we was at LTP, our leader Tosaka-san gave one lecture about oneness with God, and he said about three way to build oneness with God. Oneness in heart, oneness in goal, and oneness in situation. So oneness in heart is like Igor said, like unite this, try to understand central figure, unite artistically with central figure, like probably like Isaac united with Abraham, and when Abraham was about to offer Isaac, Isaac even was agree for Abraham to be offered. So this kind of unity in heart, oneness in heart. The failure was in the Noah's family when Ham didn't unite with Noah. So that's all failure to uniting heart. Another one more way to uniting heart, Tosaka-san said, is oneness in goal, in strategy. So in our movement we have goals. Trumaza give us goals that fulfill tribal Messiah, or the providence before was like candy blessing, or different kind of overcome communism. Different stages of the providence have different goals to overcome. So uniting with these goals, we also kind of uniting with God.
I think first you need to connect to the words which we see. Now topic not the unite with God, the how we can get the joy from the work. This is our topic. Chigum.
But it is connected because joy is coming when uniting with God.
Yeah. But important to explain these words that everyone can understand the same topic. If we keep these words in our mind and try to understand this, it's help everyone to keep the same level, how say, relationship. Not go so deep, because if you go so deep, we cannot relate with each other so well.
What I'm trying to say is just we can feel joy in our work. We try to from all perspective, not just from unity in heart, but also to understand the goals. When we understand the goals, also we can fulfill those goals, and we also become joyful. Like when you like God, when God first have a goal to build to create the world. So in his mind, but when he created this world, he said, "Oh, this is good." So when he created Adam and Eve, he said, "This is very good." So this is bring the external fulfillment of his the goal, fulfillment of this goal bring joy to God. So the goal is important for joy. You cannot have joy if you don't have goals, and goals also is good to have, to be connected with God's providence. And the third is like you have a oneness in this God's situation. So oneness in the heart with the leader, you can understand the leader, but you also need to have situations in your life to understand God, not just to understand God from other people or from understanding other people's hearts. It's important to have a situation. God give you some situation in life, and in that situation, you also kind of finding God. So, and when you find God, you also find joy. So this, I just want to see these three ways to find joy. One is in heart, united central figure. One is in goal, and one is in situation. See, these kind of things, I think is good. More. My wife wants to share also something.
Mostly George shared many things. Yeah. For me, is today actually I wake up so joyful heart, joyful face, joyful heart. Because morning just when I wake up, one Korean sister calling me. Because last in April, I think somewhere I interviewed, she wanted me interview about my job in Korea. That's why it's whatever I'm doing, whatever I have some victory. And that's why they want to interview how is foreign people, even husband not from Korea. I'm not from Korea and we live in here. So I have a lot of job doing here. That's why, how can you do this kind of things? So she wants to interview from me actually from our job. Yeah, somebody maybe asked for me to interview. That's why she writing everything Korean and I read, and I also a little bit, that things little bit wrong, maybe like fixing for your interview. And after today is Korea, Parents' Day. Parents' Day means like children giving some gift for parents, and I have 3 sons. 3 sons give me so beautiful, have said so beautiful small gifts for us. That's why I'm very joyful. I feel very joyful today. It's my second son actually did here in school. Very cute. 사랑해요 and Junior. Our second son name is Junior. Junior gave me gift to us with beautiful this kind of flower, and our first son give this I love you, Mom, so cute. And he is making this in school, and also writing is Korean many things. Sometimes grateful, appreciation for mom. And our first last son is Chunhyun, give to us this kind of things. Parents' Day in school, they write down what want to say, and you see. He said, 엄마, 아빠 사랑해요, 고마워요, 감사해요. Papa, Mama, love you so much, thank you, and thank you. Yeah. 감사해요, 고마워요, same like спасибо. Yeah. And somebody is, they are a little bit fighting each other, Junior talk. He was a little bit crying. They're very cute, last one is first grade. He gave this kind of thing. That's why I was so joyful receive it. It's really children representing like God, Their heart is so pure and so lovely. They understand how we can how we can make for greatness, make for happiness, for joyful for parents, especially our 3 sons so much close to me, Mama. They always say, I really sometimes really feel from joy from my children, especially his youngest one. Every day saying, "엄마 사랑해, 엄마 사랑해." Almost every day he said, "Mama love you." I feel, it's like God telling me through him. It's so beautiful. It's every day is sometimes not easy, but especially now he's busy. Now sometimes he forgets, especially kindergarten when he was more young. Every day he so close to me. Every day saying to me. Sometimes we are difficult. The situation is sometimes like stressful. When he say for Omma Sarahe, I feel very like joyful. Yeah. And also today also I give interview, and again one member also before until George started, I was interviewed for Mongolian member, 2 hours half almost. And today I have too many interviews, too many jobs, still in job doing for home job, and feel very joyful. Exactly, be joyful in working. I'm joyful in working from morning until evening now. Yeah, just my life experience today. I just shared, They can share many things, but I don't want to share many things. What I feel today, I really joyful. Wake up, we want to go to joyful to sleep. Yeah.
When you listen to what I'm saying and my wife is saying, you can see the difference between husband and wife. Actually, this
should be different.
this
If you're
is-
same, it's not interesting. If
Yeah.
you're different, life should be interesting, right?
that's the one good point. Joy in your work you can have when you have a children, for your children you're working, you also feel joy in your work because you have the child gives you joy in everything. You're working because you want to make happy your child. Kind of these words we choose so many times, and all the time we find something new to talk about.
Yeah. Our time finished. Let's close. It's okay.
Yes, okay.
Mila, can you pray, please?
Yeah, please join me in prayer. Our beloved Heavenly Parent, dear parents of all humankind, please receive our conversations, our meeting as an offer that we want to invest our hearts to bring more Johnson conditions, that we can really care for your providence, really care for each other, really be part of each other's life. Because in the end, the relationship with you and with the loved one, our brothers and sisters all over the world, it's our reason to live, to continue to live, and to have joy in our life. Please guide everyone in this week, which starts, and we want to bring all together this offer as a condition. I bring this in my name, Mladika, the Center Blessed Family.
Joe.
Oh, last point, just second. Last one, very small one.
Oh, I think my internet is.
Internet?
My internet is not so stable.
Okay, just second.
Sorry.
Last. Okay, this one. How was the week?
How was your week, Natasha? Excellent. Good.
Ah,
Bad, or not?
you hear me because I went away again.
A little bit, yes.
It's excellent.
Okay.
For me, it's отлично.
Sorry, I'm always going away. I don't know why. Привет, Рифат.
Да, привет.
Okay, one more person.
Привет, давно не видели.
One more person.
Ну да.
Okay. This one was become like that. Okay.
А, это ты посылаешь?
Yes.
I'm always
Ну, это лучше, чем по
closing.
четвергам. По четвергам хуже,
Почему?
как раз таки. Не знаю почему. Там
Okay.
обычно неплохо выбирают, и хорошо. Отлично, там маленький процент. Насколько я помню.
I think 120% sometimes mean, for Truffaza, I think means finish later. I mean, we have 40 minutes, but we cannot finish. So Truffaza, his life is like this. He's always cannot finish until very late working. So this is kind of,
So you are not father. Let's finish.
it's kind of understanding of 120. So
Let's finish.
even though we go beyond 40 minutes,
No, it's about 1 hour, 1 hour, not 40 minutes, 1 hour. From 10 till 11. Okay, thank you everyone. I see you next week. I'm glad that we gathered together for this week. Let's hope one more person for next week will join to us. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. See you. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice week.